Would I be guilty of idolatry if I didn't focus on God's daily? Exodus 23:4. You shall have no other gods before me. One important concept to consider is that idolatry involves exchanging the glory of the immortal God for something else and something lesser. Greetings. In response to an earlier video clip on idolatry, someone posed an intriguing question. Would I be guilty of idolatry if I didn't focus on God's daily? This is a fantastic question for two reasons. First, it shows that this person truly desires to be in right standing with God. He is seeking clarity because he wants to rid his life of idolatry. Second, this inquiry serves as an essential first step towards overcoming idolatry. The path to an idolatry-free life begins with a sincere wish to ensure that one's walk with God is correct, prompting a mindful approach to that journey. Now, it's crucial that we hold the right intention, specifically the desire for an idolatry-free life. What we need next is accurate information. Understanding what constitutes idolatry and what does not will enable us to walk wisely and ultimately victoriously. Let us start with Exodus 23:4. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above or on earth beneath or in the water below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them. Now, to bring this concept to life, let's envision the idea of this invisible God. He is significant and real to me, my fountain of joy and delight. It reminds me of what King David expressed. One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord and to seek Him in His temple. I humbly bow and worship Him. He is my God, and I center all my life around Him. Now imagine, as I am sharing with you about this God I believe in, someone approaches me to chat. In that moment, I choose to redirect my attention to that person. This act of focusing on something else does not equate to idolatry. There is no idol in my heart, nor is that person is my idol or anything else in my life. Idolatry only creeps in when I allow something else to stand in for God. The most prevalent manifestation of this idolatry is when an individual creates an idol or an image to symbolize God. And this sin of idolatry is explained in the passage from Romans 1:21-23. Let us go to this passage. For although they knew God, neither glorify Him as God nor give thanks to Him, but their thinking became futile and their foolish heart were darkened. Although they claimed to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images made to look like mortal human beings, the birds and animals and reptiles. One important concept to consider is that idolatry involves exchanging the glory of the immortal God for something else and something lesser. This can often occur even with good intention. For example, people might argue that since God is invisible, it is easier to focus on something visible instead. Such a choice is essentially swapping the glory of God for mere images. To trade the glory of an eternal God for anything inferior and to worship that is not only foolish but also ignorant. and rebellious. Let's delve a bit deeper into Romans 1:21-23. Idolatry reflects the notions of replacing God's glory with something else in one's life. This something else doesn't necessarily need to be a physical object. It can also be something intangible. I know someone who genuinely seeks God and desire His blessing for his business. After praying, God impressed upon his heart to implement several initiatives in his company. The initiative works and soon begins to see positive results. When he shares the secret behind his success, he often claims, "Well, I initiated and executed several strategic initiatives." Unbeknownst to him, he has shifted the credit for his success away from God and towards his effort effectively exchanging God's glory for his accomplishments and himself. Though he didn't swap the unseen God for a physical idols, it becomes evident that he traded the glory of God for something far less significant, his own success, and ultimately himself. One day, as he was seeking the Lord, he asked, "Lord, is there something in my life where I have traded your glory for something else?" The Lord revealed this to him, and he repented immediately and confessed his sin. In this short piece, we will discuss the antidote to idolatry. Number one, it begins with a sincere desire to live righteously before God, which means genuinely wanting to love Him with all our heart, with all our soul, strength, and mind. Second, we need to understand the truth about idolatry so that we can recognize it and navigate our life wisely and victoriously. Number three, lastly, it is essential to come clean before the Lord. And while we are justified by faith and clothed in Christ's righteousness, it is also crucial to acknowledge the discrepancy between being justified by God and living with idolatry in our hearts. Therefore, approaching God with questions like, "God, is there anything in my life where I have robbed your glory?" is very beneficial. It's wise to reflect on what we might have exchanged for God's glory in our lives. But we are not finished yet. We will explore a more subtle aspect of idolatry. Please stay tuned for our next clip. God bless you.
If you liked our sharing just now, like this video or share it with your friends. If you'd like to check out more of our content, do subscribe to our YouTube channel or watch back our previous videos here. Thank you for watching. Bye!